Friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And welcome back to Going and Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to. On today's episode, we've got some news about the upcoming WWE The Wrestlemania.
What?
With a huge match. The Wrestlemania.
Yeah, are you Werner Herzog?
The Wrestlemania. I like to put Ice Cube in my meatloaf.
Ice cubes in your meatloaf?
Oh God! Also, we got a very thin Smackdown review. What a thin episode of Smackdown.
Give us a lot of questions. All right.
Yeah.
Give us a lot of questions,
hey,
please.
The question threads are up right now. Leave us some questions because I think that we're gonna speed run this Smackdown review because there's a lot of recapping in this.
There wasn't a whole lot of development. But let's talk about the WrestleMania, Steve.
Let's talk about the WrestleMania.
Let's do it. So, Fightful Select reported today that W sources have informed them that CM Punk versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 41, that's the next WrestleMania, has been, quote, heavily discussed of late. And while it wasn't initially the plan for either of them as of a few weeks ago, things may have, quote, adjusted as of late. Fightful adds that sources told them CM Punk was hoping that CM Punk was hoping for the Roman Reigns match, and noted that neither of Punk or Roman's previous plans included The Rock. Of course, Fightful states that if The Rock lets WWE know that he is available for Mania, it could change everything up and down the card, including this match, possibly. So there's a lot to unpack here. So we got to view this and everything about WrestleMania through the prism, as of now, that The Rock is not currently worked into WrestleMania plans. That's what all the reporting has been, probably because he hasn't given any sort of official word one way or the other whether he's going to be there. Now, how much of that is positioning? Gamesmanship for The Rock. And then are reports like these, or sources putting information out there to counter The Rock's gamesmanship with gamesmanship of their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, oh, The Rock is kind of, not confirming he's going to be at Mania. What if we say, we're going to give your match against Roman to Punk?
Oh, to Phil? Dwayne won't be happy about Phil.
No, Dwayne won't be happy about that at all.
Here's one thing, though. I guarantee you Joseph would be happier probably against Phil than
Speaking
Dwayne.
About Joe on Hawaii.
Yeah, I don't think Roman likes Rock, man. That's my own personal conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I don't think they like each other. I think the report that from Meltzer that Rock wasn't going to be at WrestleMania. Okay, then why did he show up a week later at Bad Blood to do the 3 count thing, right?
It's confusing. Yeah, you know what that meant.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
And then now there's this, and it says sources in WWE, not like sources close to Punk. Do you think Phil himself, do you think Punk himself could be getting into this gamesmanship game as well? Is that possible?
It's entirely possible. I think here's the thing. I have zero doubts that this match, Punk and Roman, as well as probably half a dozen other possible matches for Roman Reigns, have been discussed within creative about his Mania match, because I think without The Rock locked in for a spot at Mania, there's a lot up in the air. Roman could take on Punk. It could be Seth. It could be Cody again. Heck, Cody can wrestle John Cena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It could be Cody Punk. It could be Punk Seth. It could be Punk Gunther. Like, there's a lot of variables. It could be Roman Drew McIntyre, because Drew's got his sights set on Roman, especially after Solo loses on the debut of Raw on Netflix.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There's a lot of possibilities for a lot of wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're just kind of bouncing ideas around and maybe power ranking the ones they might be most inclined to do if The Rock is or is not at WrestleMania, I'd imagine they got a whiteboard up with lists.
You think it's a whiteboard and not like a Google spreadsheet?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing there's a paper version.
Okay, sure.
So people can, they're out taking their flights cross country. They can look at it and cross
Sometimes
stuff off.
Sometimes it's easier to do the paper.
And I was watching Hard Knocks.
Oh, great.
The NFL show on HBO.
Who spotlighted this year?
It was on the New York Football Giants. It's about their draft process.
Oh,
so it's pretty interesting. So what they do is they have a whiteboard, but on the whiteboard they have little magnetic name tags.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Based on positions, so they can rank.
That makes sense. Very
and
easy.
their own depth chart.
Yeah.
So they could do something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Little magnetic things, and then make notes underneath or beside. Whatever. Regardless, there's probably a lot of ideas now and in the weeks prior to now about who could face who, in what scenario, in what story. And at a certain point, if that point hasn't already happened, they're going to have to make a decision, which it kind of feels like they at least made a decision to keep Punk and Roman in their back pocket because of Punk's favor he asked of Paul Heyman. That's the end to that match if that's the route they go.
Man, I mean, why wouldn't... I mean, I understand Rock would want Roman because Rock Roman has been, so heavily discussed. It was supposed to happen last year. But like, I don't know. Number one, and I mentioned this a while ago when this Rock stuff was first, broached by Meltzer back a couple months ago. The hard part is, in my opinion anyways, the hard part's done. Keeping him away from Cody Roman last year, that was the hard part. That had to have been a battle, like a political, disaster backstage. And Triple H, Cody, and Roman got their way and got Cody against Roman, and they did that great night one main event too, and it worked out great. But as you just said, they've got how many different pieces for main events? They've got a ton of pieces there, and that's not even including the idea of a Rhea Ripley versus a Bianca Belair if they want to broach that, if they want to add the women's division to the main event night one, which they should do.
Absolutely.
So they've got this is going to be a loaded WrestleMania. And they've got, I mean, you already mentioned John Cena. Like, John Cena's there, him and Cody. You already mentioned a lot of permutations here. So it's like, now you just decide, okay, well, if Rock shows up, whatever Rock wants, okay, let's say Rock wants Roman, and that's what he's going to give his all to, Final Boss versus Tribal Chief. Okay, great. So you do that. Roman might not be happy about it, but you do that match. That's night 2. And then you do Punk Cody night 1. If you want to go and make Punk like your top, like the big stakes right there, I think you could do that. You could do, like you said, Cody Cena. You could do Punk Cena. I don't know. There's a million different permutations, and they all work. Mm-hmm. They all work. Mm-hmm. It's just, is Rock going to play games with that process? Is he going to show up and be like, yeah, I want Roman, and then 2 weeks later, I think I want Cody. And then it's like, dude, lock it in, lock it in.
I know.
So, but the pieces are there and the hard part's done. So now it's just a matter of, are they going to get on the same page as Dwayne far enough ahead to be able to tell a coherent story with what they're going to do? Because yes, there is a ripple effect down the card. Yeah. What is your preferred undisputed championship match, your preferred CM Punk match, and your preferred Rock match, and your preferred Roman match?
Okay, so the Rock, Cody, Roman,
Rock, Cody,
Punk.
Roman, Punk. Yeah, because those 4
match,
guys. Fatal 4-way. I like it.
Main
Who comes out on top?
Everybody's happy.
Who comes out on? The fans do. The fans eat good that day. Yeah.
We win.
Okay. I like it.
So, like as mentioned earlier, we
got to pad this one out, man. That's why I'm trying to get some fantasy booking stuff here.
I'm trying. I don't doubt the veracity of Fightful Select's reporting here because they're number 1 right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that department.
Yeah.
And as mentioned earlier, I would assume this and countless other matches are being discussed. Maybe some of them heavily, but again, it's the what gets out in terms of the word from sources to outlets, and how much of that is gamesmanship in terms of trying to convince The Rock one way or the other to declare, to make up his mind, are you in or are you out? Because these dominoes need to start falling so we can start actually building to these matches at the largest show of the year.
Yeah.
Because it's already December, and the WrestleMania documentary from last year, I think Triple H said it was October where they had the Mania card penciled in. And if at this juncture, it's a weird situation where at this juncture you're like, all right, you really got to start locking these matches in. But as we just mentioned, there's so many possibilities and all of them work.
They do, but you want to have a good story going into it.
Exactly.
When was the Vegas WrestleMania press event thing?
That was what, about a couple weeks after Cody gave up his spot?
So a couple weeks after the Rumble, basically.
Yeah, it's mid February, I think.
Was it mid-February?
Yeah, it was pretty quickly after
Okay. Like at that point,
Cody gave up his
yeah.
spot.
I mean that would seem to be if they do a similar thing.
Yeah.
Like Rock, like by the Rumble, Rock's got to be in or out. And I just wonder if I hope he doesn't. I hope the dude doesn't play any games because, the better the story, the better the reception's going to be, and the better Rock's, stock, I guess, is going to be going forward.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of games there'll be played when it comes to who goes over, brother. That's going to be kind of thing because, like, is there anybody in that cast of characters that you bring the Rock in and you're like, you beat this guy, even though Dwayne ain't going to be around that much, if at all, after WrestleMania? He wasn't after last WrestleMania.
That could be the upside of doing, rather than a 1-1 match for The Rock, a match with 3 or 4 participants, and that The Rock doesn't have to be involved in the decision whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's in the match. You get his name value. You get the marquee with The Rock on it. Rock, Roman, Cody, Punk, whatever. Decision is taken care of by the other participants in the match.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the match. He gets his shit in.
Mm-hmm.
Hits a rock bottom. Hits a people's elbow. Gets taken out right before the finish. And whether that means Punk pins Roman, for example, whatever, that's how you probably get around it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, unless he comes in and says, "Oh, fatal 4-way, great. Rock wins."
Yeah, Rock stacks my 3 opponents.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Then you're gonna have some more politicking to do there.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta call.
Yeah.
Bill TKO. Hey, it's Hunter.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. At a certain point, Rock's gotta declare.
You gotta declare, man. You gotta let the
I
people
know I read something the other day about how he was talking about how difficult the training camp was for Mania last year,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
getting in ring shape. But then he went out and had a 45-minute tag match, so
Yeah, it was fine.
it wasn't like he was standing in his corner the whole time. So,
and dude, if they did a triple threat or a fatal 4-way, yeah,
plenty of opportunities for him to chill. Yeah,
3-way dance, elimination style.
there we go.
I love that. I understand we've got people in our live chat watching. Somebody has said already that they're watching. Clown here says he's watching Final Battle.
Yeah.
And he says, dang, the Righteous lost again. I hope I'm not spoiling anything. Are people really into the Righteous? Oh, yeah, look at that.
Sorry, Righteous fans in chat.
Right down. I could have told you they were going to lose. You know why? Because MJF beat them both at the same time.
Righteous. Yeah.
Stuck one guy's head up the other guy's ass on television. If you guys can keep me, please, updated on the Blake Christian match.
Steve's
the survival of the fittest match. All heat, Blake Christian. I'm hoping he comes away with that Ring of Honor World Television Championship. So while you guys keep an eye on that match, let's go ahead and talk about the sponsors for today's episode, Larson.
Let's do it. This episode of Going in Raw is sponsored by BetterHelp, Steve. It's cozy season. Got my hoodie on right now.
I know, it looks great, man. Love them deadlock boys.
Few things are better this time of year than curling up on the couch wrapped up in a blanket while sipping a cup of tea or maybe some hot chocolate.
That's right, man. And if you're looking for long-lasting comfort, regardless of the season, therapy can help you get there. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try.
Therapy helped me learn the tools I needed to better cope with severe anxiety back in my mid-20s. Back then, about 20 years ago, I had to get in my car and drive to my therapist's office for my appointments. BetterHelp is entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you got to do to get started is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
So find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/raw today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/raw.
And let's take a break here, get a word from our sponsor, Tecovas. Steve.
Yes.
It's the holiday season.
It is.
In the holidays this year, for some reason, I can't really place why, or get me feeling a bit sentimental, a bit nostalgic about Christmases past. I remember one year I think I got a pair of Western boots, maybe 6 or 7 years old. I think I got them for Christmas. I used to wear those boots all the time.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
I don't think adult Larson could
Ooh.
possibly pull off wearing boots like that now.
Of course you couldn't, silly. Because they're children's boots.
I'm not talking
What
about the same
You can't fit your
boots.
feet into the boots of a little kid.
I'm not talking about the same boots. I'm talking about boots like that.
You've gone crazy talking about trying to wear these kids' boots. Your feet are way too large. But I've got good news for you, Larson. You crazy cat. I think you could totally rock some boots, some Western boots from Tecovas. Because Tecovas crafts quality Western boots for everybody. From ranchers to cowboys, to first-time boot buyers like yourself. Every pair of Tecovas boots are handcrafted with over 200 steps for broken-in comfort, so they're going to feel right out of the box. Plus, the reviews for Tecovas are off the charts, I tell you. Reviewer after reviewer after reviewer mentions that they fit great. They're comfortable and easy to put on. Heck, Esquire said in their review, there's a reason we keep coming back to Tecovas and not those kids' boots. And with Tecovas Best in the West guarantee, you get free returns and exchanges for 30 days.
Well, it sounds like I owe it to my feet to pull on a pair of Tecovas. Right now, get 10% off at tecovas.com/raw when you sign up for email and texts. That's 10% off at tecovas.com/raw, tecovas.com/raw. See site for details. Tecovas. Point your toes west.
Don't point those toes in the direction of those kids' boots. They're not going to fit.
I'm not talking about the same boots.
Kind of sounded like it.
Oh, like those boots.
Oh, man. Hey, we got a new Friendo Club channel member, Chuck J. Welcome to Friendo Club, Chuck J.
Thank you,
This
Chuck.
is very exciting because Chuck now gets to participate in the World's End Predictions Challenge. Right now, if you're one of the 207 that participated in the December Predictions Challenge thus far, the current standings are available right now, both for YouTube channel members. There's a link on the threads, and there is a link on the Patreon there as well. What does that look on your face? What are you doing right now?
Get through this, and we'll talk about it afterwards. I know we got to pad out the show, so this is going to be a fun little story. Anyways, go ahead.
Great. Awesome. I love it. So, dude, and you saw this. So the December Predictions Challenge is for this amazing Big Blue Predictions Championship hat.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. But you saw today, and I ordered it finally today, the January Big Blue Predictions hat. What's your opinion on it? For a treat. You call it a treat, yes.
I said everybody's in for a treat.
They're in for a treat, absolutely, because oh man, I outdid myself this time, Larson. How geeked are you to try to win that hat?
Well, step one, win the December hat. I'm within striking distance.
You're in second place, man. This is basically yours already.
Don't say that.
I want to see it on your head.
Don't say that. You're just trying to jinx me left and right.
A little bit.
And then the first step's winning that hat. Second step, back to back.
Back to back. Back to back to back. That's
Yeah.
right. I'm out of it here in December. I suck.
That's a common occurrence with you in these prediction challenges, Steve.
It really is. I'm not very good at them. That being said, I'm going to try again in January.
Hey, but you do a bang-up job with these hats. I'll tell you what.
I tell you what, man, January 6th is going to be a great day. A great day in American history. They're going to go down and be like, January 6th is a great day in American history because Steve got that hat.
Well, there's more than one event in January, isn't there? There's
Steve got really close on the way to getting that hat.
There you go.
So yes, the January Predictions Challenge, as soon as the hat comes, I will do a big reveal of hat. And we're looking forward, though, to the WrestleMania Predictions Challenge.
Yes.
I want 500 friendos participating. So if you want to get ahead of that, if you want to get in on the Predictions Challenge, if you've already missed the first two events of December and there's only World's End and you got no hope to win that one, that's fine. You can still participate. Put us on notice. Let everybody know that you're coming for the hat. And the only way you could do that is by getting the Friendo Club set up like Chuck just did now. Click join right here at youtube.com/Stephen Larson, or go to the Patreon, patreon.com/Stephen Larson. Click on that $5 Friendo Club setup, It goes a long way towards supporting us here at Going on Raw, supporting my unhealthy belt collection habit, and it goes a long way towards just keeping us around. Yeah. And you also get access to a bunch of old bonus episodes. Larson and I, we're going to put our heads together and figure out how to get more bonus episodes done in the new year.
Yeah.
And then, also question threads, which we read on almost all of our episodes.
But we're gonna need a lot of questions tonight.
Juan Villa here in the chat has a great question because he re-upped for 22 months now. He says,
"Thank you.
Can I just buy the hat? No way. Hat, no way for you, Juan, unless
Purchase,
you win.
No way.
Purchase, no way. Win way.
Win only.
Win only.
All right. So before we get to the SmackDown thing, for some reason you're familiar with Nextdoor, right?
Yeah, sure.
So I get emails from Nextdoor about a neighborhood that I don't live in, nor have I ever lived in.
Why do you get these emails?
I don't know.
Wow.
And so recently they've been showing up in my main inbox. I don't know why. I didn't change anything.
Okay.
So I just got one, and it's a story about someone who's doing some pet sitting, and there's a little tiny picture. I'm going to click to go to the post, but there's a tiny little picture, and it looks like in that tiny little picture something's broken. Not like injuries or anything, just like furniture or something.
Okay.
And the title is or something along the lines of "I need some advice." It's from the pet sitter. Pet sitting pets of dogs.
Oh.
And it looks like something in the house got broken. But it's a tiny little thumbnail, so I can't tell what's actually going on.
Oh no, I need some help, and they had broken some furniture.
Looks like it.
Wow. Duct tape and some paint.
I know.
Yeah,
Glue. Get some wood glue.
Say, my name's Ben and I ain't in it. I didn't do nothing. My name's
speaking of glue, kind of seemed like SmackDown was kind of glued together, huh?
Felt like it. Look, man, people have mentioned this in chat. We've noticed it as well. Every time there's a big event coming up, like changing your entire presentation platform, going from USA Network to Netflix, or recently from Fox USA Network, when they're on their way out, and especially now, the holiday season, when people are more concerned with other things, WWE will just phone it the fuck in, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, really.
You can definitely tell us this was a taped episode, and that goes beyond the kind of awkward re-recorded or recorded after the fact voiceover that Corey and Michael Cole have to do. They probably do it
from his living room. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So the roundabout way is saying not a whole lot of much happened on SmackDown. We had Solo accepting Roman's challenge for the Tribal Combat match on the Raw premiere on Netflix. We had Kevin Owens talking about beating up Cody Rhodes at Saturday Night Main Event.
You know what, though? So I know we talked about this on Hot Takes, but I forget if at that point, I know we were speculating heavily about him holding that winged eagle, but I don't know if that was actually a thing yet or if the Netflix presentation came afterwards. In any event, Kevin Owens was walking around claiming to be the true WWE World Champion. And you and I had bandied that idea about a lot of some of the friendos had come up with some ideas for that. And it looks like that's what they are going to see through, is that he is basically, I don't think that he's going to defend it necessarily.
No,
but he carries it and he claims to be it.
Yeah. Cause the general thesis of what he had to say was, I took the Winged Eagle title because I deserve it. And I'm not giving it back till I get what I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's not the prize he actually wants.
Right, yeah. So he's not
the
replacing that
WWE
one.
Championship. Yeah.
It remains to be seen how long Cody is going to be out and how far they're going to go with this true world champion thing.
He took some pictures today where he was rocking a neck brace.
Oh, Cody did?
Yeah, out in public, yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. What was he doing in public? Like grocery shopping? Like a selfie?
No, it was some event. I don't remember what it was, but it was some event.
Okay. Keeping kayfabe like it. So that's cool. I mean, I don't know. You think he's going to have a match at Raw on Netflix?
Cody?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It's 2 weeks away.
I know. The card's already super loaded.
Just, 3 matches announced?
Yeah, 3 huge matches.
It's a 3-hour show. Of course they're going to load this thing up.
Give each match an hour, sure. They'll have other matches. No, Cody might be on it, but I don't think he's going to have a match.
They'll probably do an angle. He'll probably come back there.
Yeah, he might.
Maybe he'll come back there.
He won't do a match, no. Because
Okay.
Roman and Solo are going to get 25 minutes.
I think you're underselling exactly how loaded this show they're trying to make it, dude.
They already got 3 matches. No, I'm not underselling. They literally already have 3 matches that could conceivably main event a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I know. That's what they're going for, all matches that can main event a pay-per-view. There's not going to be a Ludwig Kaiser match on here.
There could be.
There's not going to be. No, I will put like $5. Not a lot, but I'd put like $5 on no Ludwig Kaiser.
What if he's
match.
in a tag match?
With who? Gunther? Gunther's going to be in a tag match?
No, he should. Gunther's going to have his own match on this show before Cody is.
Vinny Vinci.
Come on now.
Oh, Ludwig Kaiser's going to be there, but Vinny Vinci's not going to be there?
Where's Giovanni Vinci been? Answer that question for me, then I'll give you my answer to your question.
Is it ski season right now?
Could be. Yeah, it probably is. Swiss Alps.
Yeah. In any event, I don't know. I think it's entirely possible Cody Rhodes comes back. Maybe they do a thing where like Kevin Owens halts the show and says, "Oh, I'm the real world's champion" or whatever.
Could be.
And
no,
then,
Cody's not having a match though. He might be there.
And
No
Cody
match.
shows up. So match no way is what you're saying.
Segment possibly match no way.
No way. So that leads. It sort of remains to be seen how far they're going to go with this true world's champion situation with Kevin Owens. Is he going to have a match between now and the Cody match?
Well, I guess the question we got to ask ourselves is, when is the Cody match going to happen? Are they going to rematch it the next Saturday Night Main Event, or are they going to wait till the Rumble to do it?
The Rumble? That's like a million years away. That's like super.
No, it's not. It's a month and a half away.
Yeah, no, it was a long time, man.
Cody's going to be off 2 weeks because his neck's all jacked up. That would take us to roughly the Netflix premiere.
Yeah,
and then it's less than a month after that.
It would make Saturday Night's Main Event makes all the sense in the world, because the people who only watch NBC are gonna be like, "Oh, I was wondering what happened with this."
They're gonna run back all the matches.
Yeah, it's gonna be all rematches from episode 37. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. Okay, let me grab the notes here. What else happened?
Sure.
Oh.
So let me just run down the show.
All right, cool.
So Solo opens the show with the promo, and he says, "Roman, you sat on your boat with the wise man, decided to challenge me on January 6th to a tribal combat match for the Ulafala, the debut Raw on Netflix, instead of," and their crowd was wanting him, so he says, "Instead of you people saying what, you should all acknowledge me, so shut your mouth and listen to what your chief has to say. Roman, you want to challenge me? You want to take the tribal chief to war? Let's do it. I'll leave my bloodline behind, you leave your bloodline behind. On January 6th, I'm walking in and walking out as tribal chief. Still going to be the head of the table. Still going to be your tribal chief. Still going to have the Ulafala. So, Roman, after I beat your ass, you can hop back on your boat and sail off to the island of irrelevancy.
Irrelevancy.
You can finally acknowledge me. Steve, put your ones up for your tribal chief."
I'll put my ones up for Solo Sikoa, but I'm gonna actually respect the people and tell them who I'm putting my ones up for.
That's the whole thing. Is you get to define who your tribal chief is.
What island would we sail off to, Larson? Roman's currently on the island of irrelevancy. Solo is on the island of relevancy. Where are we?
Are we on an island that we want to be on, or not so much?
Yeah, I think we're cool on the island. We're fine on the island. Right. I mean, it's just the island is our lot. So the island of tomfoolery, for example.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Kind of sounds like our island.
Yeah, that's right there. That's good.
Yeah, island
Today
of
was on
jokes.
the island of leg cramps.
Island of my body is hurting from playing basketball in the cold today.
Yeah, island of old age.
Yeah. So then Drew McIntyre's music hits, and he walks to the ring, and somebody used the straight iron on his hair because it was very straight. It wasn't tousled at all. It was very straight.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah. I only noticed because, like, you know, Lacey's got one of them. She has like a really fancy one these days where, like, I think it blow dries her hair also or something.
Wow.
Super expensive. Yeah, it's crazy what they do.
Wow.
Anyways, Solo says, he says, "Drew, I got to admit, I was very happy when you kicked Jimmy in the face last week, but you better have a damn good reason why you're interrupting me." Drew says, "I'm going to keep this quick because it causes me physical pain to be this close to you." He says, "Solo, I want to know, when you lie in bed at night, do you wonder when Drew is coming for me?" And it cut to Solo, and he didn't have the mic out to his face, but he was like, "Nah, don't do that." He says, "You cost me the title at Clash of the Castle. You're the one who caused my family pain and misery, therefore me pain and misery. But you're the one who stood up to Roman Reigns, the only one in your family with the balls to stand up to him. The rest of them acted tough, but he snapped his fingers and didn't change a bit. So I'm torn. We both have the same goal. So what am I supposed to do? I think I'm going to work through my hit list, and you, Solo, you take Roman out for good. And once that's finished, then you and I finish our business. And that's when Solo's about to respond. But then Jimmy Uso on one leg and a crutch pulls Drew out of the ring. Jim Uso. Pulls Drew out of the ring and beats him down with his crutch. And then LA Knight's music hits. And then Knight runs through to the ring with Apollo and Andrade. And as soon as it was announced, we're going to get 6-man action, Larson then texts me, this is definitely taped.
And then we got like a 20-minute tag match.
Yeah, it's a really long 6-man tag match. Yeah,
that had the result we knew was going to happen when the match began.
Mm-hmm.
Solo pinning Apollo Crews.
A brief cameo from Shinsuke Nakamura, though.
Yes, to take LA Knight out of the match. So, Crews has Tama Tonga in a crossface. Solo breaks that up and then takes out Andrade. He then drags Tama Tonga to his corner, tags himself in, hits Crews with a running hip attack and Uranagi, and a Samoan spike to get the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was all the Bloodline saga from the show. We mentioned this.
You know what, though? Hey,
what?
Good to see Apollo Crews on television, though.
It is. He was one of the MVPs of pandemic era Raw.
Mm-hmm.
When he was on TV every week, he was getting an opportunity to showcase what he can do when he was doing good work.
Yeah.
That pose-off segment he had with Lashley was awesome.
It was fun stuff. Yeah, I know.
There just really wasn't any follow-through, unfortunately.
He needs to be like a top priority in 2025 of wrestlers that they need to get to, you know?
Exactly.
Get to Apollo Crews.
I know. So then Kevin Owens talked about beating up Cody after their match at Saturday Night Main Event. They had a replay. And then he's doing a promo. I don't know. It was Bowels of the Arena promo.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, what happened after Saturday Night Main Event was not my fault. There are a lot of people to blame. Cody, the refs, Nick Aldis, WWE management, they're all to blame. I was screwed out of winning that championship. What happened to me is a travesty. I should be standing here undisputed WWE champ, but I'm not. But I took this because I deserve it, and I'm not giving it back until I get what I want. You have to understand that you can only push a man so much until they snap. And I haven't snapped yet. It could get so much worse. So Nick Aldis, WWE officials, what happens next is all on you.
Yeah, man. He's the real world's champion.
True world champion.
The true world champion. In the main event tonight, we have, technically kind of new tag team champions in the women's division. Bianca and Naomi defended those tag titles against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. So backstage, Nia and Candice were having a chat. Tiffany walks up, and she seems to be persona non grata to Candice, who's basically belittling her, saying, hey, it's best if you stay in the back. We're going to have a big championship celebration, so maybe go get some, treats for that, some champagne, maybe some streamers. She says, so do that while we strategize. And Nia looks a little bit torn, but she didn't really say anything. And Tiffany looks like she's standing there like an asshole.
Steve, I got some bad news for you.
No, please don't tell me. All Heat lost?
Didn't win.
Dang it.
Did you win, Steve? So then, right before the main event, Byron interviews Bianca and Naomi. Bianca says these past couple weeks have been rough. She says, I'm going to figure out who attacked Jade, but I'm not going to let all this strip us of the tag titles. And Naomi says, yes, I know how important these titles are to you and Jade, so I'm going to do everything I can to make sure we hold on to them. And then Bianca tries to hand one to Naomi. Naomi says, no, not until I earn it. And then she goes out there and gets the win for her team.
And this match was a lot of fun. At one point, Tiffany came down with her Money in the Bank briefcase. Nia demanded to get it. Ref starts giving Nia some shit for that. Bianca comes out of nowhere. TV direction's pretty good on this.
Yeah.
Bianca hits Nia with a handspring kick, knocks her off the apron. Did Nia get busted open on that?
Yeah, she got busted open at that spot where I think Naomi tripped her up and Nia hit her head on the top of the ring post.
Oh, so she was already bleeding when the briefcase came into play? Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly. And then, follows to the plancha, and then Naomi hits Candice with the split-legged moonsault to get the win. And then, they raise the hands, and Bianca offers up the tag title, and then Naomi embraces it. The one thing I noticed, and this is no shade at Jade. Shade, no way. Naomi and Bianca, I feel like they've got better entrance chemistry because like it doesn't seem so separate. Naomi is like vibing with Bianca the entire time. They get up on the apron together and they're doing like the little dance thing. And I'm like, man, they look like a more cohesive unit, Larson.
I mean, that could be part of the story they're telling.
Could be. Could be.
So Alex Shelley wanted some revenge against John Gargano tonight. So before that match, Motor City Machine Guns have an interview with Byron Saxton. Saxton asks Shelley about face. John.
John.
And he says, I only got one thought, payback. Saban says, yeah, they've known Gargano for 20 years now, and his true identity has been revealed. Shelley says to Saban, listen, I need to fight this battle myself. So stay back here because I need to know if Gargano is going to fight his own battles. So later on, we're in a locker room, DIY's locker room. And Gargano is talking about this match with Shelley. And he says, Shelley wants his payback. I get it. I understand that. But he wants to question my manhood. I'm all man.
All man.
He says, but he did say he wanted to do this on his own. So that means I got to do this by myself too. So you got to stay right here, champ. And Ciampa's like, I'm going to stay right here.
He left out the best line.
Move a muscle.
You left out the best line. He says, no, he wants to question my manhood. I'm all man. I made a kid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
That was funny. So match happens. Of course, Tommaso Ciampa did not stay in the locker room. He comes out and distracts Alex Shelley when he goes to the top rope. Chris Sabin comes to ringside too, chases off Ciampa. So Shelley's looking for that crossbody off the top, but that distraction allowed Gargano to come to enough to roll through on the crossbody to get the cover and the win over Alex Shelley.
Yeah. Do not raise your fist. Raise your fist. Don't raise your fist. Raise your fist. No way.
No way. There you go.
We also had after the show, Chelsea Green talking about her U.S. title win, and she has now redubbed the U.S. title the red, white, and green instead of red, white, and blue because that's the America. But no, this is pretty good. Saxon's like, hey, so what went through your mind when you won? She's like, oh, I always knew this was going to happen. She's like, oh, I worked my whole life to be an overnight success. And she's like, I'm in the history books where I belong. I should have been there 3 years ago, but I was released. Should have been there in 2015, but I wasn't even hired. So I'm going to go to Disney World, so let's wrap this up. And then Byron obliges. Do you think they're going to be a married couple with championships, both Ring of Honor and U.S. Championship? Matt Cardona and Chelsea
I don't
Green?
think Cardona is going to win tonight. No,
You think he's going to win tonight?
It's just about to happen. So I think Jericho's going to win.
I think you're probably right about that. That'd be really cool if Cardona won that, though.
Oh, that'd be great.
Neat. Wouldn't that be great?
It'd be pretty great. Also, we got a Grayson Waller effect with special guest Braun Strowman. So Waller and Theory intro the show. They said they got a scoop. They confirmed that Braun is the first person to officially transfer from one brand to another. He is officially on SmackDown.
The transfer portal
window. So Braun makes his entrance. He's got some Santa gear on. He's throwing some WWE merch to the crowd. And then Waller pitches him on the idea of the three of them, Waller, Theory, and Braun, forming a faction. Braun shoots that down. Mello comes out, interrupts, says, last week Aldis tried to humble me, but that wasn't fair. He says, Aldis, you can't humble greatness because greatness never quits. So he challenges Braun to a rematch right then. And Braun says, all right, but first he starts tearing up the Waller effect set, which actually looks nice. They upgraded it quite a bit.
Yeah, it looked great.
That custom rug, that was great.
It looked fantastic.
So after commercial break, we have that match. And at one point, they're both on the floor. Mello jogs around the ring. Braun boots him. Looks for a power slam. Mello escapes, slaps Braun. So then Braun chucks Mello into the ring right as the ref counts to 10. So Mello beats Braun by countout. Braun's mad, chases Mello through the crowd. I think there's a couple segments later we come back. Mello's still running backstage, runs into Legato. He keeps running. So Braun runs up to Legato and said, hey, where did Mello go? And Santos tells him basically, get lost. And then Angel goes, no, he went that way. So Braun goes in that direction. Runs into Pretty Deadly. They start talking about their musical. Braun says, I don't care about your musical.
I don't care about it.
And Mello blasts him with the chair in the leg and then in the back. But then Braun pretty much no-sells it and stands right back up.
It should be, this feud should just be that. Number one, Mello always winning. And number two, it really should be going back to Like basically Carmella taking on the Shane McMahon role when Shane McMahon was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Braun. That's what I want to see. But because that win last week, no way. It needs to be Carmella winning all these matches.
Agreed.
That's my opinion.
Clean.
There.
No count outs.
No count outs. No count outs. Anyways, hey, you know what, man? We got 40 minutes of an episode, and we haven't asked any questions yet. So we can.
How do we do that?
I don't know. That was crazy. How did that happen?
I just flew right by. All right, let's ask some questions. Answer some questions. Let's see here.
Oh, Maggie did something really cool. She went to this thing called Chat GPT.
Yeah.
And she asked questions. She asked what good questions could she ask.
Oh, wow.
For these. So this is an AI generated question that Maggie's offering us here. The Bloodline's dominance. With the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga securing a victory over LA Knight, Andrade, and Apollo Crews, how do you see this faction's influence evolving on SmackDown? Are there potential challengers who could credibly oppose them?
I feel like I got to write a paper.
Oh, man. Oh, she has two more. Great. Women's Tag Team Championship. Bianca Belair and Naomi successfully defended their titles against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Question. What do you think about the current state of the women's tag team division and who might emerge as the next credible challengers for the champions? That's a bit better.
That is a bit better.
What do you think? What do you think of the current state of the women's tag division?
Oh, it's a lot better in the state now than it was like a year or so ago.
I feel like it's not in as good a state as it was like 3 months ago, though, because they had
agree
all
there.
those teams kind of vying for it, and I kind of feel like they're back on their own island.
Yeah, exactly. It's now champions face another team of put together opponents. Yeah.
Who might emerge as the next credible challengers for the champions?
Did Pure Fusion Collective ever get a tag title opportunity?
I don't remember. I honestly don't know.
Pure Fusion Collective.
Pure Fusion Collective. And then she's got one last one about Kevin Owens' promo.
All right.
ChatGPT wants to know this.
Sure.
Kevin Owens continues to deliver promos from his car, leading to confrontations with Cody Rhodes. What are your thoughts on this unique promo style, and how does it enhance or detract from his ongoing feud with Rhodes?
The one tonight wasn't from his car, though.
No, it was not.
He was in the building because Cody wasn't there.
But ChatGPT wants to know what you think about car promo.
Oh, I love car promo.
I love car. You know why? Because it reminds me of Wayne Maker's Matt Chat questions.
Exactly, in his van.
In his van, yeah. Didn't
For dramatic
Enforcer do a Matt Chat from his van or from his car?
Who?
Enforcer.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he did because we were laughing so much at Wayne's.
Yes. There was a few that did it from their cars.
Yeah, some people did them while they were driving. We had to tell them stop doing that.
Yeah, don't do Matt Chat questions.
Well, we don't have Matt Chat anymore. It's not a thing. We need to bring that back.
I mean, that's kind of what Hot Takes is in a lot of way.
Yeah, but I want videos of people.
All right.
That shit was hilarious.
It was a good opportunity to get to know, the people behind the names,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was great.
Yeah,
that was
for
great.
sure.
Luis here asked, not including anyone from the bloodline, who would be the worst if hit by the injury bug in WWE? Cody. Cody gets hurt. That's a problem.
I mean, the thing is, dude, they're so loaded right now. Like, who would fuck? Who would affect it? Like, what would be the worst? God dang, man, they are so loaded right now. I would say, man, So Cody's still at the age where most injuries he could probably recover pretty decently from.
Uh-huh.
Punk is like their most popular guy, and he's like a million years old. He's like our age. Old.
Yeah, he is our age.
That's like super old. So like that level of a cash cow going down for a long period of time, and it'd be longer than maybe a Cody, like if all things are equal, because he's older. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like Punk would be a bigger, miss.
Okay.
But I mean, you get a point. I mean, it's Cody's up there for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Mr. Sinister says, what are the odds that Tiffany will cash in on Liv Rhea on the first Netflix episode? No, she's only going to cash in on Nia.
Yeah, she's going to cash in on Nia.
The way they're telling the story, it's only going to be Nia. It has to be Nia.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here we go. John and Alistair voice says, what NBA coach are you choosing to represent yourself as your manager? What NBA coach do you want as your manager?
Pop.
As your manager, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good on the mic.
Pop is great.
He is really good on the mic. Wow.
You got somebody else?
Oh, I'm trying to think, dude. Are any of the Van Gundys coaching right now?
Jeff's an assistant coach.
Really? He's assistant coach?
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Can we go with like former coaches? Because I want Stan Van to represent me as my manager.
You want Stan Van? All right.
Steve, what you got to do here is build a fucking wall. That'd be awesome. I
just want him to
really
teach you his handles.
I do. I really do. Yeah. Yeah, I really do.
No, the answer's Pop. Jimmy Thomas says TNT are going to release a loop video of Hangman sitting in front of Swerve's house as a Yule log video. What wrestling moment would you have play on a loop for hours? It's Blake Christian doing this.
That's exactly it. Yeah, just that Blake Christian music video thing that he put together.
Oh, yeah.
On a loop with that Jack Harlow song. That's what I want. Man, so apparently he was one of the last two because it was an elimination match.
I know.
He was one of the last two, man.
So close.
Damn it, Tony. God, how many times are you going to fuck up?
This is it for Steve.
Dude, we just released today top creative botches of 2024. Why didn't we wait a day? Because I didn't know this was going to happen. This would be number one. Blake Christian not being survival of the fittest champion.
Now, Tony Khan's got all heat from Steve.
He does. I was cool with him for a second. You know, I was like, oh, my New Year's resolution, be nicer to AEW because I got a bunch of people like, Steven Larson not like AEW. I'm like, just fine. Listen to our podcast. And, you know, this past week, we were very effusive of AEW.
The Dynamite this week was good.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was a good show.
So we had a thumbnail that said AEW needs to get his shit together. Guess what? They do. We want it to be good. We want it to be successful. I put it that we want it to be successful.
Yes. I want AEW to be wildly successful because it's good for the wrestling business.
Well, more importantly,
it's good for us.
Good for us.
Chris Deaton here says, what's an insane prediction you have for 2025? I want Dom to win Money in the Bank, and then Cena wins the 17th and is immediately cashed in on.
Deaton. Wait, what was the question? Sorry, I just had his name.
Insane prediction for 2025.
Oh, he's got Dom as Mr. Money in the Bank.
Spoiler and then cashes in on Cena after Cena wins the 17th.
That's a great one. That's an awesome one. You think Cena's going to be at January 6th?
I mean, he's apparently to be full-time in 2025, so maybe.
Cena versus who?
He doesn't have to have a match, man. It's a Raw. It's not going to be match. It's going to be promos and stuff.
Do you not see how they're building this thing? It is not going to be...
Yes, but it's also an episode of Raw. There's be interviews and promos and all this other stuff.
No story. All meat, Raw.
No, it's not going to be all meat. It's going to be
all meat.
Raw, normal Raw.
Story, no way.
Yes, story.
Triple H is going to come out, introduce a new era.
Well, there's going to be 3 matches. It's going to take up about 40 minutes, and the rest is going to be story.
You're in. They're going to look. This is going to be a 6-match card, normal pay-per-view type situation.
Ludwig Kaiser versus
Kaiser. No way, Larson. Kaiser, no way. Oh man.
Versus Giovanni Vinci, 25 minutes.
Hey, I bet that'd be a hell of a good match.
It'd be a really good match.
You throw Blake Christian in there, it'd be a 5-star match. Rank the following. Cameron wants to say, he wants to ask, rank the following items in terms of temperature. The Friendo's hot takes. So hot.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, sure.
Steven Larson star ratings. Super hot.
Super hot. Those are the hottest so far.
Those other guys' star ratings. Those are ice cold.
Ice cold. You could chill your beer in their star ratings.
New Day heat.
Oh, that might be tops.
Dom Mysterio heat.
Not as warm as it used to be.
All heat.
Of course.
Blake Christian.
Number 1.
Or this last one. I added the Blake Christian in there. This last one. Larson's microwaved pie.
I mean, when I put my apple pie, when I take my apple pie in the microwave, I want it to be maybe a half degree cooler than the center of the sun.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So that's
I think
probably
you
number one.
specify the center of the sun as well.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I want. So
I feel like that's probably number one then. That's
yeah,
number
it's
one.
pretty hot.
It's microwave. It's Larson's pie, followed by Blake Christian, followed by New Day Heat, followed by Steven Larson star ratings, followed by the Friendos hot takes, followed by Dom Mysterio Heat, followed by those other guys.
There's a massive chasm between Dom Heat and how hot the other guys' star ratings are.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer's star ratings are cold.
Cold
as ice.
Chill your beverage in it. Alex Foster here says, with all the heel turns happening lately, who are some wrestlers that could use a face turn? Karrion Kross.
What a great answer. Yeah, that's a great answer. I agree with that one. Dave Matushek says, with AEW Rampage coming to an end next week, what was your favorite match or moment from that show? Oh, man. CM Punk's return to wrestling.
Didn't Christian beat Kenny on the episode of Rampage? That was on Rampage, wasn't it? When
For
Christian
the title?
won the Impact title?
No.
Wasn't that an episode of Rampage?
It was on Dynamite.
Was it on Dynamite? I thought it was on Rampage.
Let's check. Christian beats Kenny Omega. I think you're right. Yeah, that was the premiere? Yeah, the premiere.
Yeah. Wow, I actually remembered something correctly.
Well done, dude. Well done.
Wow.
You put ice cubes in your meatloaf?
Kelmiko says, for Larson, what's a finisher you dislike the way Steve dislikes the unpretty?
I love this question. Yeah, I hate the unprettier. What do you hate? There's got to be something out there. Some move that you don't like. The spear.
Yeah, I'm not huge on the spear as a finisher. I'm not. It's fine
What about the Superman punch? How do you like the Superman punch?
Well, no one who uses that as I guess Orange Cassidy uses it as his finisher. I'm not huge on that as a finisher either.
Yeah, I hate that move.
Unless
somebody does it like in the UFC for realsies.
Because they jump off the cage sometimes when they do that. Now, if you jumped off, you did like a springboard Superman punch, man, maybe.
It always looks dumb. I hate it.
It doesn't look like it would have as much impact as like a normal punch.
No, I agree. Yeah. Let's see here. Blake Whitehouse says, what do you see being the men's and women's U.S. title match at WrestleMania?
Wow. Well, if we assume that that Chelsea is going to carry it till Mania.
Chelsea versus Piper. There are no
There's no cracks between them.
Yeah, but I was going to say there are like no obvious challengers for Chelsea right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of anybody else that Chelsea may have feuded with prior to winning other than Mia Yim.
I mean, it could be one of the bigger names like
Jade.
Bailey.
Yeah.
Jade. Yeah, it could be Jade. Yeah, Jade. Jade's actually a good name. Jade's a good name. And then the men's
U.S. title?
LA Knight's going to have that thing again.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be LA Knight versus
Jacob Fatu.
There you go. That's it.
The Honky Donkey Man says, what would your backup plan be if Cody were to suffer a legit injury and relinquish the belt in the run up to Mania? Depending on when it was, you make the Rumble for the Undisputed title.
Wow. Okay. What if it happened after the Rumble? And after Elimination Chamber, after the Chamber. Again, there's so many pieces there.
Gauntlet match. That's how you do it.
Perfect. All night 1 or all night 2 WrestleMania gauntlet match.
There it is.
That's good.
You make it a 6-hour show on top of that.
Yeah. AJ Otani is the last one I got over here. It says, what faction will fulfill the golden prophecy in 2025?
Oh, good question.
The new Straight Edge Society.
I see House of Torture is going to be challenging Sammy and Dustin for those Ring of Honor tag titles at Wrestle Dynasty. So I'm going to say House of Torture.
House of Torture. They're going to be challenging who?
Sammy and Dustin for the Ring of Honor tag titles at Wrestle Dynasty.
Oh, that's shaping up to be a really fun card.
I know.
Is that going to be like super late at night for us because it's in Japan? Yeah, okay.
Tokyo Dome show. Yeah, it's gonna be late.
Is that going to be? That's going to be a New Japan World then, right?
I'd imagine. Yeah.
You think so? Cool. Right on. Well, that's all the questions I got. We're at 55 minutes, man.
Hey, man, we're good then.
We're good. Okay, so that's it for this edition of Going in Raw.
Correct.
Programming wise, we are out of the office except for Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be doing our Friendo Awards live next to each other in this office. Yeah, you're going to be right here, man. You're going to be sitting right next to me, sitting in it. And we're going to be doing that live. So it's going to be a big event. So show out. We're going to be doing it on the Twitch and the YouTube at the same time. Giving you guys our Friendo Awards and announcing officially who won Friendo Wrestler of the Year. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So come join us for that. And and then after that, we got a whole week of stuff we already shot.
Yeah.
So you're going to be just doing family stuff the entire time. And then we'll be back. We'll be back. There's not going to be a World's End watch along. The review will be on the following Monday.
On the 30th, yeah.
Because I've got family obligations on the 30th. So enjoy our
AEW. 28th?
What's that? I keep on thinking last year was on the 30th. I meant the 28th. Yeah, it's on the 28th.
Yeah, it's fine.
So our review is going to be on the 30th.
Correct.
That's our programming note. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you later. Have a safe weekend.
Bye, everybody.